Hi, I'm Joe Freeman. This is Mike Richman. We're with the Oregonian and OregonLive. The Blazers avoided their first three-game losing streak of the season and recorded perhaps their most impressive victory of the season all on the same night. They beat the Denver Nuggets 99-82 Monday night at the Moda Center. It was a little bit of everything, a lot of unusual here tonight. Terry Stotts, the Blazers coach, decided to kind of mix things up and light a fire under his team. He changed his starting lineup, moving your fan favorite Caleb Swanigan in at power forward ahead of Noah Vonleh. Blazers got off to a pretty good start with it. Swanigan was a little bit hit and miss on the night, but had a really good first shift. It went beyond that too. For the first time, maybe all season, but
definitely all season.
Really, for the longest stretches of the last 2 years, Terry rode a 10-man unit and featured a traditional bench lineup without both Damian Lillard and CJ McCollum on the court. Most oftentimes over the last couple of years, one of them has been on the court at almost all times. Tonight at the start of the second quarter and the fourth quarter, that was not the case as Terry went with the bench unit, and that really was what carried this team tonight.
Yeah, Evan Turner was really good off the bench, but that group, and Terry doesn't like to, or traditionally he hasn't liked to play 10 guys. Tonight he really went to it, and that group with Shabazz Napier, Pat Connaughton, Evan Turner, Noah Vonleh, and Ed Davis was really good, particularly in the first half. They stretched what was a 4-point lead when they checked in to 14 when they checked out, and that kind of changed the game and allowed the starters to sort of settle back in more comfortably. And when they started the fourth quarter, it was an 18-point game. They turned into a 22-point lead, and that was that. They didn't need Dame and CJ, and for most of the last 2 years, it's been, as far as those two guards go, the Blazers go, it wasn't that way tonight. Nobody scored more than 20 points. It was, I believe, 17 was the highest point total anyone had on the team. A balanced scoring attack, and maybe more depth than we have seen from the Blazers. Stott said he had toyed with the idea, but this is the first time we've actually got to see it.
Yeah, back to Swanigan. He finished with 6 points and 1 rebound, 2 blocks. Had a big block on Will Barton in the first quarter. Oddly enough, the only Blazer to record a plus-minus, and he had a -6. Part of that's because he had a bad stretch in the second half in which he got into foul trouble. He ended up fouling out early, so his first career start did not end how he might imagine it, but it probably won't be his last career start. Terry said he most likely will feature Swanigan in the starting lineup going forward, since the Blazers are 1-0 after all. But it really was the trickle-down effect, and Noah Vonleh, who has been so good playing alongside Yusuf Nurkic over the last 20-plus games going back to last season, really benefited as much as anybody off the bench with his big night. He finished with, 12 points and 21. No. Can you read that?
He had 8 and 9.
Points and 10
he had 8 and
rebounds.
9 off the bench and 2 blocks.
So you sort of saw the trickle-down effect with the team. And after logging their most impressive win against a really good team, I think you write it out moving forward.
Yeah, well, I think we'll see more of this. Also, small note, Zach Collins ended his scoreless streak to start of his career. He was 0 for 7 in 25 minutes in his first 3 games. Hit a three-pointer with about 3 minutes left, so he's in the record books.
Wednesday night, the Orlando Magic come to visit the Moda Center. We'll talk to you after that.